Hi everyone. I'm extremely happy to welcome you all on the webinar dedicated to your path to success, building your ultimate IT career as a business analyst. I'm going to be facilitating your webinar. My name is Mila Jurach, and I have beautiful co-hosts today. And the main speaker, the speaker who will be presenting the such called technical part, is Aleksei Sholmov. Aleksei is the very experienced specialist and EPAMer with years and years of experience in business analyst with the title of lead business analyst, also known as EPAM BI Laboratory Mentor. So we have a very special person presenting for us today. Also, we're going to be having one more speaker that I will be presenting a little later after Alexei finishes his speech. So I'm not going to be stealing any of your time, just short agenda for today. First, we will speak about the topic that we have. After that, we will be presenting the educational program that will help people who are interested in business analysis to learn this specialization and obtain needed skills and knowledge to start the career in business analysis. And after that, we will have the Q&A session. So you're absolutely welcome to ask your questions, and Alexei will be happy to answer them at the very end. Altogether, we're only going to take 1 hour of your time. So we're going to be done at 00 sharp. So don't worry about your further plans. We're going to be really committed with the time management. And as I promised, not stealing any more of your time, Alexei, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mila. Hello, colleagues. It's really nice to see you all today. So, let me once again briefly talk about the agenda today. We will talk about the business analyst role in software development company in general. Also, we will speak a bit about why in 2023 it's so important to have not only BA knowledge but also some parts of other knowledge in the field of analysis, which will make it easier for you to build a career, to know your path in IT, and to start a successful IT career. So, before we start, you may already heard that there are a lot of analysts. We have a lot of processes. We have a lot of roles in IT domain. So you may be finding yourself looking at different roles we have. So business analyst, system analyst, data analyst, business intelligence analyst, and even some more specific types of analysts. That you can find out in some specific domains, like, for example, healthcare or, for example, education. The title might change, but the idea is the same. So, who is this person? Who is the analyst? Why do we need so many of them? Who is better or who is worse, and how to differentiate one from another? Let's start out today's webinar and try to find out some notes on the fields of this domain and of this particular role in IT. So, business analyst in general is often referred as the bridge builder of business world. When we are talking about the business analyst role in general, once again, currently we can talk about the role in IT, but also business analysts can figure out processes and work with different processes in all domains that people have some kind of systems and technologies. According to International Institution of Business Analysis, business analyst involvement in project at early stages, at the discovery stages, or even pre-discovery stages, will help to increase the success rate of the whole project up to almost 90%. So the earlier business analyst start to doing his or her job, the better it is. So in general, we have some examples of systems that are built. Like, why don't just get a lot of developers and say for them to create an informational system? So why not? We have developers, they are developing, and in the end we will have some product. Yes, that's true. We might have the product, but First of all, and the first thing which business analysts should do and is doing is the purpose of this system and answering some tough questions whether the system is in fact needed or not. So we can spend a lot of time, we can spend a lot of resources, but in the end we find out that our system is not used just because we didn't properly create a discovery phase for our project and we didn't understand what exactly was needed for the business in the first place. So, who is the BA? What BA is responsible for? I mentioned previously that it's a person who is involved in every part of creation of system. Let's call it system, information system. It can be even technical system. Nevertheless, BA will be involved in all these processes. So from the discovery phase till the very end, BA is the person who drives continuous improvement, who is responsible for the processes, and who is responsible for the pace of the project. So when the smooth project, when your processes on the project are smooth, when the processes on your project are going nicely, it means that your team is have its pace. When you create something, you deliver something to the customers or to the internal project, any kind of, and you are in charge of those processes and building. Building everything around you, building communications with the team, so that the team goes on and the outcome of your project is a success. Also, business analyst, of course, is responsible for the business needs discovery. First of all, as I previously mentioned, we can create a lot of systems without business analyst if we want to, but we will not be guaranteed that the system in the end will do what we want. So maybe what we want right now, let's imagine we're customers, we have some problem, but we just want some system to be created, informational system. The business analyst role is to find the root cause of your problem, to find out why exactly you need that system, to find out, is it really the system you need? Or maybe there are some other solutions for your problem. And that's who a business analyst is as well. So to fill the gap between the business and the technical team, your role is to be the supportive for the both sides. You discover the problems with business talking on their language, and you discover how to create this right solution with your technical team. And you work as the great golden gates bridge to make sure that business and technical sides of your project are both understanding what other side needs. So in a way, it's a simplicity, but I like really this simplification. Business analyst is a kind of a translator. You translate business needs, business requests, and business problems into the technical requirements, and together with the team, you provide the technical solution, which later will be presented to the side of the customer, and you will be responsible for a lot of stuff in between. So, if we are talking about responsibilities and what you are responsible for, being a BA, what are your responsibilities? Of course, it's requirements management and process modeling and improvement. As I previously mentioned, you are responsible for driving the changes on the project. You're responsible for the process building of the project. So you will be able to use a lot of different techniques to identify processes, to draw processes, and to file the bottlenecks which makes the process not clear or maybe not efficient enough. Also, you can't really build any hard system, either informational or any other, without with exact requirements and with the exact understanding of what you are going to create. So requirements management, and this includes like requirements gathering, requirements management, requirements duplication, etc., etc. A lot of them is the key responsibility of business analyst, as you will work with those requirements to make sure that business needs are translated and the technical team understands what needs to be done. But nevertheless, a lot of soft skills are within the business analyst role, because you will have to talk a lot and you will have to communicate a lot. Requirements, process modeling, etc. Are coming, but in the end, you will still have to build some good relationship with the stakeholders and with your own team, in fact, to make sure that each party understands the business needs and are on the same page. So stakeholder management, and once again, guys, business analyst is all about talking, speaking, communicating, writing, etc., etc. It's a lot of communication indeed. Why would one like to become a business analyst in 2023? It's a good question, and let's now discuss it a bit here. So, first of all, there are some recent conducted research by the Glassdoor company, which is one of the biggest companies to review jobs, salaries, and different type of, in general, roles that found out that in fact business analyst demand increased in 2023 because of few factors, and one of them was that a lot of companies right now are trying to build the most optimize the most efficient processes and to use their resources as well as they can without possibility to go all fancy with their current projects. So that's where business analyst role is crucial, because depending on how good you are doing your job, the outcome of kind of like development or any project in general can be different. So once good example here, once again, if business has some particular problem and needs a solution, for example, they think that they need some kind of system for resource management, like resource planning for the company. But the root cause analysis here may found out that in fact it's not the problem of the system, but rather the process inside of the company, and you can be the hero who can save a company a lot of money. And in fact, that's happening quite often while preparing, while doing some discovery phase analysis, etc. Also, apart from the efficiency of processes, understanding and including business analysts in the teams help to organize team better, and once again to increase the efficiency of the team. So it's quite often when business analysts have some extra activities on them, like you can partly be a scrum master, you can partly help project manager to build something within the team, and while doing so you are building a good working like machine with your team. And that's why right now in 2023, which is quite a hard year for the IT in general, business analysts are still in demand and are still doing their job to provide the excellence to the clients. So let's once again try to sum up a lot of things here in one slide. So first of all, yes, this job, this role in project is still in demand. Competitive salary really depends on the region, from region to region, but still in general this salary is competitive. It's a IT salary, it's a good one. Also, what I personally like most about being a business analyst is the diversity in domains and flexibility in working that this role gives you. So first of all, you can work on site with the customer representative or the customer production company, for example. You can work online. If you would like, you can go to office, but it's still a very agile work. Your workplace is where you are, and you are like creating a workplace wherever you want. Also, diversity in domains. I think, okay, so it's not here. It will be a bit later. We will talk about the domains where you can work as business and BI analysts. But in general, there are a lot of domains, and in fact, any domain you can imagine mostly will have business analyst role somehow. So, like I mentioned, medicine, healthcare, education, any financial systems, banking, insurance. I can go on and on and on. So a lot of domains where your knowledge and your exact background can be applied to make sure you're a valuable specialist, and that your general knowledge will help you to do your job even better. Uh, Yep. So what about hard skills? Yeah, I talked to that business analysts are those who are talking a lot and have a lot of, like, let's say, soft skills combined in one person to build a successful team, to deliver excellence, etc., etc. But what about the hard skills? I would say that in general, your knowledge will be your tools, like the instruments you use. So, of course, you may hear about like Jira or Confluence from Atlassian, which are great for project management in general and for business analyst tasks in particular. Also, a lot of tools that help to model, to create models, to create processes like Visio, like any other modeling tools, Figma for prototypes or wireframing, and etc., etc., etc. So most technical skills will come with some particular tool, because as business analyst you will have to know a bit of anything. So you don't need to code yourself, but you will have to understand when your programmer, your developer is talking, what he or her are talking about in general. So what are all those terms? And you will know that, you will understand that. While not needing to code, you will be involved in all those processes, and with the experience, with the knowledge, you will get the very good idea for what is going on, and why the team is talking about that right now. So, let's now conclude a bit about the business analyst role. And once again, on one of the previous webinars, I was asked whether the technological advancement like AI, machine learning, etc., will be a threat to the job. It's a great question, in fact, and here I would like to say that probably business analysts are even less threatened by the modern technologies, the latest, let's say, the latest technologies, than developers, for example, or software testers, because it's a tool. It's once again another tool. As I previously mentioned, we have a lot of them, and business analysts are using them. We are using those tools to try to understand what exactly the person you are communicating with is trying to give you. What is his or her problem? What is the root cause of that problem? To build a lot of uh, rounds about the problem and try to differentiate it and from some other particular problem. So, and with all of that, no level of current technology can in fact compare to our knowledge as business analysts and to human knowledge of those persons who are working with the within the IT company. So it's a great tool to use in your work, but it's not a threat to the business analyst. Also, let's move on. Next stop is business intelligence. At the beginning of this webinar, I talked a lot about different types of analysts and why, and that we have to differentiate one from another. And here is a great example of two roles which are slightly different in the field of where they apply their knowledge, but as you will further see when we will discuss this particular course, Mila will talk about the course, and I will talk why entering this domain with knowledge from both roles might be crucial for this year and for the current state of the domain knowledge and for the business analyst knowledge in general. So, who is business intelligence analyst? We all live in a data world. I think it's simple but still true. Data is everywhere around us. So Internet of Things, a lot of applications, it's all collecting data, data, and data. What business intelligence analyst does is helping business or project to create a decision that is based on that particular data. So we have two very different roles, in fact, data analysts and BI analysts. Data analysts are more about mathematics, statistics, trends, foreseeing the future in a way based on the data, while business intelligence analysts are a bit more focused on to the decision making. I would like to underline it here that decision making based on data will have a greater return on investment, will have a greater results. And most companies right now are trying to build their decision at least somehow based on the data they collect. And business intelligence analyst is the person who will be responsible for providing the higher management and like the business in general with the information they need. So once again, BI in general is the field of study where you work with raw data from any source you can imagine. Like it can be database, it can be Excel, it can be text files. So we all store data in different ways. Even some, if we're talking about digital data, of course. And we combine all that sources, we combine all that data and try to make an informed business decision based on this. So we collect, integrate, analyze, and finally present the data in a way which business can understand it. BI is used like literally everywhere. We talked a lot about domains of business analyst, and here it's all the same. Manufacturing, your production company, let's imagine you are producing something and your goods, you have a line, you have manufacturing, but you still are collecting data and you can make some particular decisions. For example, one line is working less efficient than the others. By using the correct source of data and by using the correct tools to visualize, you can make the decision on something almost immediately. And here is where BI shines. Finance and banking. It's, I think, the simplest example, as you can see some kind of maybe in movies or somewhere, a lot of different graphics of trends of stock market, etc., etc. It's all going up and down each second. BI, once again, it's by using the correct data source and by using the correct visualization tools, here you can achieve great results. And all of the domains here are in fact applicable to the BI part of our course. Here are some examples. So the most, I think, visually good one here is like it's a BI table of one of the airports where you can see how your flights are going. So, for example, you see that there are some clients here who were very dissatisfied by creating some particular tools. For example, for the management, you can work with those unsatisfied clients just at the moment they are becoming unsatisfied, etc. So a lot of use. For example, here we have a good example of some hobby which later became a full-time project. So a person created at first some BI tables with the football players from the English Premier League, and later that particular project was transferred into the full-time job where person provide with the team, of course, already a lot of different statistics on the players and their teams. It's once again easy to create with right sources and right BI tools. So BI and BA, what the difference, what the similarities? So BA is more responsible for the processes and requirements. BI is more responsible for the data and insights based on that data. So those two roles are perfectly aiding to each other because in a way, if you understand that term, it can be a full stack analyst who can identify the problem as business analyst, understand and create and design some kind of solution as a business analyst, while providing the good visualization and creating some data driven decision as business intelligence analyst. And By doing that, by combining those parts of those roles in one person, you will become an irreplaceable specialist, let's say that, who can be versatile, who can be absolutely irreplaceable, and first of all, and in fact, it's the most important one, you will be very important to any business you decide to work with. So, and what, in fact, about where to decide to work in, as well as business analysts, BI specialists, as they're closely working with data and working a lot with data, have great salary projections and have a lot of diversity in tasks and domains. You can work remotely once again. But if you want to, you in fact can go once again on site and work on site of some with some clients to achieve some greater results. Personally, I had a great experience of working on site on the manufacturing company. It was a great experience because when first I didn't know how it works from the inside. It was a big manufacturing company. So it was a great experience. It's interesting to work on site sometimes with particular clients and with particular processes. What about technical skills? So, as for BI analyst, it's a bit more technical than BA, but still you will communicate a lot, you will work a lot, and skills here are more like a suggestion rather than necessity, because from the coding point of view, mostly you will be working with databases, and with databases you will need SQL. And maybe not so much Python or R languages. It's more for the data analyst. I put them just to like identify that these skills also exist. But you will work much more with the databases, with the structures, and first of all, and most importantly, with the business clients, to understand how to present and how to give them the raw data you have or they have in a way that can be helpful for them. So, how to help them and how to create a good dashboard, how to create a good image, how to create a good presentation based on data to make sure that it works good and they make the good decisions based on that. So, to sum things up, business analyst and BI analyst are quite interesting roles in their own. But when combined, those two are becoming a great combination of skills, of some more hard skills, great soft skills, and absolutely amazing agility of general of your work direction. So you can work more with people, you can work more with technical team, and being a business analyst with BI skills will boost your career and will definitely boost your salary to the next level, because currently, as I mentioned, as we already talked, everyone try to be efficient, and you cannot be efficient hypothetically. You have to be absolutely exact on the decisions you're making as business. And here is where you need to understand where to apply some kind of treatment to your processes, to your business, to your project, etc., etc. As business analyst with BI skills, you will be on the sharp edge of these processes, and you will in fact drive them. You will be responsible for them. And for me personally, it's a great thrill, and I like the position and I like the projects I'm currently working in. And I hope that our course will help you to find out the place where you will be feeling necessary, you will be feeling important, and which will meet your personal expectations. And I think that's it from my side. Mila, would you be so kind to continue?
Sure, thank you. I need my slides on the presentation now. Mm-hmm. Alexei, it's been like third time, I guess, since I heard this presentation from you, but every time I hear it, I find something new for myself. Thank you for being such a good presenter, and you definitely know how to make people fall in love with the profession of business analyst because I started considering it. Even though I love marketing so much, I'm still like looking there now. So you did a great job. Thank
Sure,
you.
you come to some consultations. I will be always glad to consult you. No
Deal.
problem.
Deal, thank you. Dear listeners, please feel free to send any questions regarding the topic that Alexei covered for you in the comments under this video. At the very end of our meeting today, Alexei will be happy to provide you with all the answers or all possible answers. And now I'm going to be presenting our next speaker. And I'm actually really, really thrilled to be one of three people today that you will be listening to because next speaker is the really, really big guest for us. I'm happy to introduce Bahadir Ayupov. As you see, there are many things that we need to know about Bahadir. I'm absolutely shocked about the amount of names you have here. That's impressive. But the main point for us today is that Bahadir is CEO of IT Park University. And I'm going to give you the floor to speak about your institution a little bit more. So the floor is yours. I'm going to be moving the slides for you.
Checking my mic. Can you hear me? Mic.
Yep.
Great. Well, hello there, folks. Great to see you all on this webinar. Mila, Aleksei, thank you very much for a wonderful bird eye view on this wonderful course. I'm going to take a couple of minutes giving you a general overview of our university because I can talk about this for hours because this is an absolutely awesome project that I just fell in love with. But I think it would make sense for me to start all the way from the time when EPAM entered Uzbekistan and established its office here. Because I was the deputy director of IT Park at that time, and I was responsible for bringing in companies from outside and providing all the support. And EPAM was one of them. And the story is very, very interesting. I'm not going to go into details of this, but one thing that I should mention is when after several rounds of negotiations, EPAM decided to enter Uzbekistan and opened its office here in no time. It really shook up the market, which it usually does whenever it goes somewhere. EPAM entered Uzbekistan not only because of the current boost in economic development of this country, but because of the 60% of our population being constituted by youth, which is the reason why EPAM decided to open a university here, because, hello, a lot of human resources here. And a lot of support from the government. We had an ICT week last week, a very big event, and it was noted by a lot of experts that Uzbekistan is making a big emphasis on education, particularly IT education, which is true. It opened a university in partnership with IT Park, 70% EPAM, 30% IT Park, and we are now 1.5 years old, and our students are absolutely loving this because this university is a new concept for this market, primarily by the fact that this university is established by the user of the product of this university. So in a sense, this university is established to provide specialists for EPAM. And that is big, and that is different because that means that whenever you do something for yourself, you do it 100. You give you 110%. Otherwise, you are working against your own profit. Same thing here. So, which means, of course, that the pressure is really high. The academic program is really intense, and of course, we get a lot of complaints from our students who are not used to these kind of. But that makes sense. Which is something that is now becoming one of the factors why our university is being demanded, because people are starting to realize that there is a real study here. So one of the biggest advantages of this university that we promote is the emphasis on practice. Because EPAM wants to produce industry-ready specialists right from this university, we are making a lot of emphasis on practice. So practical sessions start all the way from the first course, internships, plus, which is something very important to note, the CEO of EPAM, Aleksei Dobkin, made it very clear for all the educational projects of EPAM that he wants all these projects to make a maximum use of the global opportunities of EPAM, which is exactly what we're doing. So this means that we are able to send our students to any country, over 50 countries with EPAM presence. So last year, our students had a very interesting trip to Lithuania, Latvia, Poland, and yes, this is the first online university in Uzbekistan. It is online again because, as we usually say, it's not teachers or professors who teach in this university; it's the staff of EPAM. That's why it's online, because our teachers come to our students from different countries, and they, figuratively saying, they just tell students what they are doing, which means that they are giving our students the evergreen knowledge. This allows us to communicate about our possibilities to our students, that when they graduate from this university, their knowledge does not become obsolete, which is something that is very important for IT universities, especially taking into account that in IT, technologies change on a daily basis. So we're really proud of this university. Again, I can talk about this for hours, but if we go to the next slide. We started this university, all the processes are rolling well, and business sector started to approach us asking for different IT courses, not degree, but short courses. Again, why us? Because they know that this university is established by EPAM, and EPAM being one of the biggest IT educational companies in the world, it knows what it does. It knows how to deliver courses well. So there's a set of courses that we launched under a program called Upskill, and the launch of this course on business analysis and business intelligence is coming with a very good timing, because more and more companies started to approach me asking if we prepare business analysts. There's a very big demand in our market, especially because more and more companies are entering Uzbekistan market. There's a very big demand for these specialists. So I'm really and they ask us for the same reason, because they know that if we are to launch any courses, we do it in a way that the course is taught with a hands-on experience emphasis, with a heavy use of mentors, etc. So we're really proud with the fact that this course is being launched in Uzbekistan too, after being launched in many countries So we're really hopeful to get really good specialists and start providing the market with them. Thank
Well,
you.
Fadil, thank you so much for the speech and thank you for spending the valuable time with us. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I'm going to take the floor from here to comment a little bit more on EPAM expertise and to explain to many of our listeners why we call EPAM an industry expert, if you may. So, few days ago, we were celebrating 30 years anniversary at the market, and that brings the very huge experience that you can imagine happened during this last years. And for now, not to be empty with our words, and you just can look around at the domains that EPAM is working with, realizing that with each domain and with each project within this domain, EPAM gains extremely valuable practical experience, and all specialists and competencies at EPAM do not only know how to work with one simple project or even one complicated project. No, we are talking about multifunctional teams that are located in different areas of the world, and we are working with very different domains that makes the expertise extremely unique. And of course, after years and years of having that expertise in frameworks and approaches and technologies and specialists, at the end, we realized that we want to grow into educating other people to get the best they can from EPAM. So we want to share the knowledge. We want to show other people how it's done, and we want to create more specialists on the market. And that's exactly the reason why such projects as ITPU happen. So EPAM shows already huge results as educational provider, and this means we move forward with new, more interesting, more developed, and more advanced courses that we launch based on the demand on the market, providing our students with the best educational experience. So the course we're talking about right now is the course on business analysis and business intelligence. It's going to be launched in LLL format. I'm going to stop here for for a moment, commenting what that is. LLL format is lifelong learning format, or it's also called postgraduate study. So here you basically get the best of both worlds. You're not only getting the expertise from EPAMers and real life industry expertise, you also have the academic background from the real modern university. So, no boring teachers, no teachers at all. Basically, you're studying from mentors, but that all is created by methodologists and people who know a lot about education and standards. So, is this education acknowledged in the world? Yes, it is. Is your certification valid? Yes, it is. Is the education handy for you so you can keep on working after it? Yes, you can. Um, Short information that creating this course, we realized that most people would be switching from some jobs and might need to keep working. So we have 100% online format and very convenient curriculum that will let you combine working and study. This works by studying on the platform, eLearn online platform, and most of your education will happen there, including lessons, passing quizzes, and reading the materials. 25% of your education on this program will be the online sessions with experienced mentors, subject matter experts, and speakers on the really narrow topics of IT. Let's move forward a little bit to learn more about this exact specialization. So what we have here is three modules that will take altogether 9 months to cover. So three modules, 3 months each. And this course is applicable for both career switchers and people who are in IT already but want to deepen their knowledge in business analysis and business intelligence. Short look at the timeline, not going to stop here because you all are going to be receiving the presentation and the recording, but you can see that the schedule is really busy. Though the load on the program is separated so you are not overloaded, so you can comprehend the materials on both platform and during online sessions. While studying, you will also be finishing the practical tasks that will be presented by mentors, so you will know the requirements. Then you complete the task, then you get the feedback from the mentor, and then you have the Q&A session to discuss the solutions that you came up with, approaches that you worked with, and you can get the real life experience and the industry experience from the mentors who have the knowledge of minimum 10 years working in IT and definitely more than 5/10 projects behind them. Um, and last but not the least, my favorite slide, to be honest, and something I'm extremely proud of, is the project based training. That's the third module, which is pure practice. So during first two modules, you are learning the theoretical materials, you are gaining knowledge both with practice and with theory, but during project based training, you are basically becoming an EPAMer for 3 weeks and you will be completing the real industry tasks with the help of mentors, practicing everything you've learned, and at the end, you will be receiving the very valuable feedback from subject matter experts, real group of experts that will be commenting your work. And this valuable experience is something you can immediately add to your CV for further career growth. And that's your EPAM expertise that you get yourself. And that's your way to practice everything you've learned, gaining the most valuable experience. What I know as a marketologist of the educational programs for IT specialists, this offer of the project based training is absolutely unique on the market. So I'm very proud to present it for you, and that a lot of people right now might join the course where you could use this unique offer. And what happens in the end? At the end, you get the double certificate that we will issue in collaboration with ITPU. And the certificate will include information about the courses you finished. It will give you the ECTS, that's the academic hours. So, because we are talking about academic level of education, not just the courses. So, basically, your knowledge will be fully acknowledged by university. But please remember, we are not talking about the degree right now. That's a certificate that acknowledge you have completed the course, but not the degree. That's the difference between LLL course and a master's degree, which we will be talking about maybe a little bit later. And the requirements, luckily, as this is the course for switchers, most important requirement is to have good level of English, because as you saw after the presentation of Aleksei, you will need to communicate a lot. That's the most important thing, because the course will be delivered in English and only English, and to comprehend the materials, to understand everything, to be able to communicate with mentors and other students, you will need the English of, let's say, not proficient, but definitely sure level. Okay. So everything else we are covering for you. So other skills you will get during the study. And here are more highlights about the program. You might look through them while I'm reminding you that you are free to ask any questions regarding the topic of BA, BI, or regarding the university or program. My colleagues and I will be extremely happy to answer any of them. So feel free to ask them or use the email listed above in the chat for any questions. Also in the chat, you can see the link to the course that include more information about the launch we are planning. So feel free to follow it to learn more and submit the form of application form to join us this year. And I'm gonna give you a few more minutes to ask any questions. If not, I'm proud of us. We finished 10 minutes earlier. Okay, team. I guess, I can see the comment. Would it be hard to transfer from engineering backgrounds to BABI? I'm not going to be taking the floor here. I have this beautiful person for that. Can we please have Aleksei back on stage to respond? I'm going to repeat the question one more time. Aleksei, hello. Would it be
Yeah,
hard
hello, Alex.
to transfer from engineering background to BABI?
Great question, and yeah, I might be the person who can answer that because I have engineering background myself. So my first degree was in system analysis, but it was in system analysis of engineering systems. Uh, Basically, so hard is a hard question. Like compared to what? Hard to compare to what? Yeah, is it hard to transfer or not? Is a bit tricky. But in general, your knowledge as engineer and your knowledge of engineering systems, of engineering processes, are highly applicable in IT because we just try to. We are reducing the term of system to the informational system here, but with yeah, of course, it's a bit different, but some basic uh, like theories of working with processes, some basic theories of working with systems stay the same. So I would say, from my perspective, it's absolutely 100% subjective opinion of mine. Transferring from engineering background to business analyst or PI analyst is one of the best, in fact, backgrounds to transfer from because it's kind of natural. When you work with engineering systems, all your knowledge you gather there can be applied in information systems. And once again, when I talked about the diversity in domains, who nobody can tell you to, for example, not work in the domain of engineering or some, let's say, complex system. Business analysts are working there as well and applying the knowledge of process and management there with the great success. So I think it's actually quite a good background to transfer.
I'm gonna be absolutely supporting Alexei here because as we were analyzing the products and the offers on the market, I knew for a fact that for further career development, because no one says you stop on business analysis, you always want to move forward. Having the engineering background is the huge bonus for you. That's just gonna power you up, not make it more complicated. And we have another question. How often does this program conduct? So basically, this is the very first launch, and we didn't discuss the next launches if you're talking about how often the program happens. And regarding the um, online sessions, if the question is about how often you need to attend something, We have the average amount, it's like one online session per week when you study. Maximum, it can be up to two online sessions, I guess, but the schedule differs because we keep on updating the materials and the online sessions and everything that we present. Everything needs to be up to date. So the final curriculum will be presented to students right before the start. As I said, we are not going to be overloading you. Also, students will always have the recordings of the online sessions. So, if by some reason you couldn't attend the online session during the program, you will always be able to watch the recording and keep up with the curriculum. We have one more question, but I'm not sure how to understand it. It's like, what be great? Can I work on that? I'm not sure if I
I
get it
think
right.
it's Mila. I think it's regarding the BA grade, like junior, middle, senior, etc.
Okay,
I
then
think
the
it's
floor
more
is
for
yours.
you. And
For me?
mine, okay. I can cover that from my perspective once again. If I'm wrong with the translation of that question, please just write in chat and correct me. So first of all, if we are talking about the business analyst grades as junior, junior plus, middle, senior, lead, manager, etc., etc., it absolutely terrifically differs from company to company. So, a very rough example from the head, like out of head. A junior position in EPAM can be absolutely senior position at some other company, probably without the names some other companies compared as well. So, what I can say that after the course, you will have the very structured knowledge of BA theory applicable to your knowledge. So yeah. Will I be able to work as a middle BA after completing the course? Uh, Once again, if we're talking about the middle position, it requires some experience, some hands-on experience, of course. But if you take your background and you are applying for the position of middle BA within your background, within your domain, where you have a solid knowledge and you do not have to start from the very scratch, from the very beginning. And once again, it's subjective. It's up to the company where you're applying. Then you might be able, because your knowledge, your ability to learn, once again, it's very important, will allow you to, in fact, participate in all the processes. And it would be up to you if you have some gaps, because once again, BA is a very it's really hard to say the skill set of middle BA exactly. So if you the most important one, key skill is to the ability to learn quickly and independently. So you can apply for the middle position. I believe that this course is providing enough structure of information and enough topics to underline your strengths and like hide your weaknesses, and it would be up to you to quickly cover those weaknesses with some extra learning. But all the basic activities are not that much differs between junior level position of BA and middle level of position of BA. It's more about, in fact, responsibilities rather than raw knowledge. It's more experience and responsibilities than raw knowledge. So it's up to you.
Thank you, Alexei. I completely support you here. So I can say that maybe in EPAM, there is a small chance of becoming a middle BA right after completing the course, but it definitely depends on the project you will be applying to or the company that you will be applying to, plus on how successful you are with your studies, because you will have the chance to have your practice. And I'm going to be really quick to wrap up. Thank you all very much one more time. There is email address. If any more questions come up, you all are going to be receiving the recording. Thank you very much, colleagues and dear listeners, for this amazing event. Have a good day or evening, most of you. and see you hopefully on the course.
Thanks very much.
Thank you,
See
Aleksei.
you soon. Bye bye.